Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Today we are going to take a look at the Valentine seasonal from the hero side. Some of you have been having quite a few questions. What are the Valentine seasonal missions? Where's the Valentine seasonal vendor? So we're going to take a look at all of that. We're going to start this video with the hero side, but I will make another video where we're going to look at the very same thing from the villain side. So if you're a hero player, this is the video for you. So let's get started. So basically you have to come see our friend Hal Jordan right here in the Gotham East End police station. So let's get started.
Mr. Freeze and his goons are interfering with the Star Sapphires and risking the safety of Gotham City. Head there and assist the Star Sapphires in any way you can.
So you start the mission by talking to Hal Jordan, and you can see the vendor is right next to Hal Jordan. So if we look at the vendor, so we can see the seasonal vendor right here. So as you can see, it requires a whole bunch of hearts to buy a whole bunch of stuff. And of course I'm stuck. Sadly that happens more often than you would think, especially when people have pets and stuff like that. There is also a little console right here where you can get, basically there is a race for the Valentine seasonal. So let's take the race. The race is in Metropolis, but we're going to start with the mission that our friend Hal Jordan just gave us. So for that, we're going to have to go to Gotham. So as you can see, we have to protect Star Sapphire crystals from Mr. Freeze and his henchmen. And we have to search Gotham City for Star Sapphire crystal placements. There's also another NPC we have to go talk to, Nora, the Queen of Atlantis. We're going to do that in just a bit. So roughly I'm going to take the missions one at a time. So you can see the little crystal, it disappeared. It happens. I guess we're gonna have to go a bit further away. Basically, there's a whole bunch of players who probably did those already. We have one right here. Okay, we seem to be right on time. So here you can see we have to defend the crystal from the evil goons from Mr. Freeze. And once we do that, you saw that little guy over here. So we're gonna have to do that 5 times. Sadly, we were too late for this one. Let's go to this one. So you have to compete a bit with other players in order to be able to complete those missions. And you'll notice that pretty much all your attack does 1 point of damage. It's made like that so that you don't one-shot the enemies. No matter what combat rating you are, you always do 1 point of damage to the enemies. And also it could happen that sometimes you do 0 points of damage. Usually that happens whenever you have an ability that will split the damage amongst multiple targets. When that happens, it could happen that you're actually doing 0 damage. So if you have certain attacks that do damage to multiple targets, you're going to maybe want to use something else. So just one more. It's not that difficult a mission. The most challenging part is probably competing with other players to play those missions. So as you saw, we got 3 hearts from that mission. Also, you're going to want to gather collections. When you gather collections, you have a chance to get some collections from the seasonal. Like you see, we got not only the maps of Star City, but we got a couple collections that had to do with the seasonal. Oh yeah, and today we got a new option. We have this little button here called auto sort. If we click on that, it auto sorts our inventory. So you can see we got Mara's garter belt also as a collection. And we got Arlov's Stay True as a collection. The Arlov Stay True is an old collection from the previous years, but this one seems to be the role relationship. That seems to be a new collection from this year. And speaking of Mara, let's go talk to our friend Mara. She should give us a collection. She should give us a mission. And if you don't know where Mara is, let's say for some reason you have no idea where to find Mara, you can go to your journal. If you select the mission Sea of Love, the quest tracker will tell you where to go to meet Mara. You see the yellow arrow on the minimap to the right of the screen? That yellow arrow tells us where Mara actually is. So let's talk to her.
Greetings. I'm Mara, Queen of Atlantis. Arthur's crown weighs heavy on his brow. His latest attempts at peace with the surface take all his time. Now, on this special day, we are apart, and I worry for his well-being. The star sapphires say that if I make a worthy offering to the star heart, my love will protect Arthur in this time of need. Please, find me evidence that our love is fierce and true. Bring it to me, and I will give a sign of my love and appreciation for you.
Ah, she's so nice. So if we go to our inventory, so we're still selecting Sea of Love. Also, if you noticed, talking to her the first time gave us a little heart, and also it gave us some sort of a bottle. I didn't realize that until a bit later. Like if you click on the message in the bottle, it actually gives you a collection. And for Mara's mission, you can see to the right, we have a whole bunch of things that we need to find. The very first one is right here. So you see that little guy, there's a whole bunch of seahorses spread throughout Gotham. So let's click on it. And as soon as you click on one, he disappears from the list. And if we look at the map, like you can see pretty much the area that you have to cover to try and find all those seahorses.
But if you weren't careful, that same passion could also engulf you and rend you limb by limb like a great white shark.
So if you look on the minimap, it's kind of hard to tell right now because there's other people, but you see there's a white dot on the minimap. That's telling you that there's a seahorse.
Lighthouse home, I knew we were fated to be together like the sea and the shore. Our days spent in Amnesty Bay are among my favorite memories of my husband and king.
Like again, if you look carefully, you should see a white dot where the little seahorse is. It's a little bit tricky because there are certain consoles that will be a white dot on the map.
Since I was a kid, the clam chowder there was always a comfort to me. I thought I would share it with her. The look on her face after the first spoonful was priceless. Poseidon's beard, Arthur. Do these surface dwellers even have taste buds? Ice cream turned out to be a more successful experiment.
So again, you should see on the minimap a small white dot. So let's collect our little seahorse friend.
I can remember the first time Arthur offered me dry land food. things he could have picked. He chose clam chowder. Ah, Poseidon's beard. Since then, I have become more than vocal about my fondness for banana splits.
So technically all you really need to do, just fly around until you see a white dot. Or until you see a whole bunch of players gathered together. As you can see, like here we have a white dot, but it's actually a console. It's not really one of the objectives we're looking for. And of course, never pass up a free exhibit. Sometimes also you'll see a whole bunch of players gathered together because they're trying to play the mission we just played a bit before. It happens.
My days as Aquawoman sparked mixed memories, particularly of that ridiculous costume. I was glad to retire it. Arthur, on the other hand, made no qualms in asking me to keep it at the lighthouse. Men, how predictable.
And of course, if there's collections or briefings you didn't get, or investigations.
Rumored high-level assassin for the Falcon.
Mara liked playing the part of a surface world superhero even less than I did. But Poseidon knows she tried to fit in, for my benefit if nothing else. While her time as Aquawoman didn't resonate the way she'd hoped, her costume certainly did. I'm not ashamed to say, I begged her to keep it solely for my own entertainment.
Arthur has never been the jealous type, despite his legendary temper. I, however, have my own point of view on matters of the heart. If Arthur should ever choose another woman over me, then so be it. Good riddance. But if anyone ever dare try to take him from me, be it Atlantean, Drylander, or Amazon alike, then Poseidon have mercy on them. They should sooner try to drink the seas than test the depths of my rage.
For years as a superhero, I was surrounded by individuals who are the pinnacle of physical perfection. They are modern gods, adored, idolized, and even desired by everyone around them. Relationships can be capricious under normal circumstances without such temptations. Despite both our follies and indiscretions over the years of marriage, no one on land or sea could ever come between Mara and I for long. We are like the ocean and the shore, forever connected by a grand design. Any relationship as long as ours is bound to have trials and tribulations. As Mira always says, an untested love is a fragile love. No matter what starry-eyed fibs we tell each other, we both have faults. We are both proud and passionate people. We have hurt each other more than any of our enemies combined. But it is not the pain or tragedies that define our love. It is our willingness to repent and forgive one another that keeps our hearts whole.
Damn, he had a lot to say. I'm not sure why there's an exclamation mark on that little guy. Probably some sort of glitch or... So that should be the last one we're looking for.
Any relationship that lasts as long as ours is bound to have trials and tribulations. Arthur and I are no strangers to this. But it is not our mistakes that define us. We have weathered storms and rode waves miles high and have come through stronger for this. Never forget, an untested love is a fragile one.
I'm not sure if the little seahorses are always in the same place. I haven't done the mission enough to be able to tell. I didn't really notice the first time.
This is truly a testament to the love Arthur and I have shared. Thank you, and happy Valentine's Day to you and everyone above and below the seas. May your romances be never-ending and your love as untamed as the tides.
So once we're done collecting the seahorses, as you saw, we go back to talk to Mara, and then she gives us another collection, and she also gave us a little statue, which is Aquaman and Mara by Pat Gleason. I've seen that there are people who actually are selling that statue also on the broker. So either you do the mission for Mara, and she'll gives you that little statue, or if for some reason you want to have more than one statue, then you can purchase more on the broker. So here we are for the Valentine seasonal race. As you can see, it's right next to a villain spawn point. Well, let's look on the map. So you can see on the map where we are. So we're pretty much to the top of Metropolis, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. So we're right next to Union Station. Next time I'll teleport straight there. So let's start the race.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
It's a flyer race, so even if you're an acrobat, the game will give you those cute little Cupid wings. No. So as you saw, if there's some evil players uses the little heart, it'll create some sort of explosions. There's the light pink heart that allows you to go a bit faster. So I guess you can try to go either a little bit faster yourself, or you can try and slow down other players. I'm not sure why we have to sort of compete with each other. I'm not sure why it goes a bit funky once we get close to this wall over here. Like that. So as you saw, when you get the heart, well, the heart is like pinkish. It does give you a little boost to your speed. I didn't do too badly, but I didn't do too good either, so... Oh. So I got the gold, and my best time is... usually it should say so. I'm so sad. Anyways. So this is for the Valentine seasonal race. So once you complete it, you can click on it and it'll give you a little heart. And now we only have one last mission. It's the Shattered Heart. So we're going to need the on-duty menu to be able to queue for the mission. So if we go into the on-duty menu, go to the Events tab, you can see Love's Battlefield. That's the mission we need to go to. It should be quick normally. Right now everyone is trying to do that mission, so it shouldn't take too long to be able to queue and get into a group, but you never know. I usually switch to controller when I want to play that mission. I know some people will probably say that you can stay as a DPS. Some will even prefer to do this mission with 4 DPSs. Personally, I prefer if we have at least a healer and at least a controller.
Let's go.
But if we can have a full group, even better for me.
You're going to regret ever coming here. I've already begun upgrading. Members of the
fact,
Suicide Squad
let me
until the
show you
task
my
is
progress.
complete. I assure you, they will be the best behaved.
So let's switch to Troll.
Our crystals are powering that contraption. Destroy it!
No, this was Nora's best chance.
That was nasty. Done the mission 2 times already. It was a lot easier than it is now. That was not good.
There are enough crystals here to level the city. We have to
And
take down Freeze
just
and
a quick
restore
look
this
at the
technology before it's too
new
late. Let's go.
You're going to regret ever coming in here.
the new scoreboard
I've already begun upgrading.
or the new leaderboard.
In fact, let me show you my progress.
Our crystals are powering that contraption. Destroy it!
You'll pay for that. It will take me weeks to rebuild that. But I will get more crystals and rebuild. I will bring Nora back.
So that was a pretty bad performance, sadly.
Take these crystals back to Zamaron, where they'll be safe.
So here we can see most boss damage, most healing, most power given, most damage received. And you can see my stats personally. And then if we go to leaderboard, so you can see some people died 3 times. Holy crap. So you can see the damage of everyone. I thought it was setting up people alphabetically, but it seems to, not sure, it seems to set your character and then everyone else's. So, and the nice thing about the new leaderboard, you see the damage done, the boss damage done. So you can see that battery power did a lot of damage to Mr. Freeze. And the same with Salvimex. and you can see the healing done. So even though I'm a controller, I can do a bit of healing, and the same with battery power or Salvimex. Basically, there's a few things like whenever we use healing barrels, or if we use orbital not all supply drops and stuff like that, it will give us some healing done. Power given, obviously, although you can see that the battery power and Salvimex were actually giving themselves a bit of power. So this is pretty much a new leaderboard, which is kind of cool. And I'm not sure if I should show this because sometimes people will, let's say, abuse this. But you do have also a seasonal vendor right here. It's the very same vendor that you have in the East End police station or in the North Burnley safe house. And that seems to be it. No more Valentine seasonal for this character until tomorrow. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section down below. I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. And besides that, I guess that's going to be it for the Valentine seasonal. For those who don't know, the Valentine seasonal started today, and it's going to last until March 5th. It was supposed to start February 1st and go all the way up to March 1st, but since it was pushed back a few days, it started today, March 5th, and it's going to end, it started today, February 5th, and it's going to end all the way to March 5th, so we will have a full month to be able to play the Valentine seasonal. And of course, if for some reason doing the missions is not enough to give you all the little hearts you need, you can go to the marketplace and you can purchase some hearts. Like you can purchase 50 hearts for 540 market cash. There's also 2 auras that we have with the Valentine seasonal. We have the rose petal aura, and we have the glittering heart aura. So that's pretty much it for now. I will make a video also with a villain character so that you can see the difference between the hero side and the villain side. And also showing you the villain side will also show you where the vendors are for the villains. It's a little different than the heroes. So just for that, it'll be worth it to do the very same thing with a villain character. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.